Welcome to the #1 live stream on Saturday mornings that are specifically about modern sewing, quilting, and fabrics. Hi everyone, Matthew of Mixed Domestic here. If you are watching this back on the replay and you just happened upon it, hi, nice to meet you. This is an inclusive sewing and crafting space and brand. So if you're looking for a safe place to be comfortable where you can be yourself, then this is the place for you. You have definitely found it. And if this is not what you're looking for, that's okay. That's okay. It's okay, because we want to have a good time this morning and feel that we can all authentically be ourselves without judgment from one another, so we can really, really enjoy the joy that comes from sewing, crafting, quilting, etc. So, hi Leah, hi Lynn, hi Miss Peach, hi Annie, hello Karen from Germany. Karen, what time is it in Germany? I need to know. I need to know what time it is in Germany, because here it is 8 a.m. Hi, Muriel. Hi, Shirley from Colorado. Oh, hi, Kate from Wales. You're like, oh, BC Canada, Leah, look at you. Hi. And then hi, Kate. Hi, Nick. So I'm real excited. I did not figure out my camera. So for anyone who was here last week, I said I was going to try, and we had a wager. I lost 100%. I'm comfortable with that. I feel very comfortable with myself that I wasn't able to figure out my camera situation, because what happened though, Annie. Oh, hi, Connie. Annie, it's 3:08 a.m. in Melbourne. You're a time traveler, so you're in the future. So where you are, it's Sunday. That's always wild and interesting to me. So everyone, if you're watching, don't forget to like thumbs up this when you're here, because that helps, I think, or whatever, with the algorithm. But so back to my camera situation. So there's this thing that I need in order to turn my new Sony into a webcam. It's like a capture card that I stick in, and I had it in my cart and I forgot to like buy it. So it was just sitting in my cart, and I realized that last night. I was like, where is it? I was looking for the box, and I didn't officially like buy it. So that's on me. But I did get a new computer, and it's like night and day, because I had a computer in between this one. So I have been working on an old computer, and I upgraded that when I became a designer. But I used to do my work, like my computer work, in the bathtub. And for the most part, it was fine. And it wasn't my regular system that made the computer fall in the bathtub. It was that, like, I put it on a ledge. I don't know why. I thought it was stable. I knew better than that, walked away, and it went into the bathtub. So yeah, that can be fixed. So the moral of the story is, don't do your computer work in the bathtub. That's not the place for it. So this one, I had to promise my spouse I was not going to get this one in the bathtub. I'm doing all my work. Georgia, thank you so much for your generous orders. I'm so happy that you've enjoyed them. I really do love it. I am human, and it's just me, so there are occasions that I mess things up. I have all these systems in place that I'm figuring out, and sometimes I forget to put something in the order because I have things in different places. It's gonna be like that until I get like a bigger space where everything can be there. So just know, if I ever do that to an order of yours, it's not intentional. Absolutely. It's just my brain got all squirrely, and I will make it right. I'll send it to you like pronto. You don't have to pay for shipping. Like whatever the issues are, I think my customer service is like right on. I really do. I mean, I've been in customer service sales my whole life, and now I get to use it for all this. So I really do care about all y'all that support my small business. And so, yeah, whatever an issue, I'll make it right. I promise, 100%. If I can't, then I get that. But there hasn't been an issue that I haven't been able to make right, because I really do care. Rexanne, you love your shirt. This shirt right here, yes, I quilt. No, I won't make you a t-shirt quilt. This one was voted on when I was trying to come up with a snarky quilt shirt to match my snarky sewing shirt. And this was the #1, because a lot of people, I'm sure if you're a quilter, and I know there are those of you out here who don't mind making t-shirt quilts. I've made one, and I don't ever need to make one again. It just wasn't a joyful experience. And we all get asked that all the time. It's like a lot of people save up t-shirts. I have mine for my kid too, that we want eventually to make a keepsake quilt. And I just don't feel like I can do it justice and make it cool enough to match like how important of a quilt it is. I'll figure it out for mine and then I'll do a tutorial. That's probably how I'll do it. But I know a lot of us get asked, oh, look at this. Margaret, your service is outstanding. Fabrics are great. Thank you. Thank you. It's really a dream coming true, like with this fabric shop and all of the support and how it's growing. And it's as soon as I like get a handle on everything, it grows even more. And it's like, oh, yay. But I do have a video editor now. She edited my most recent YouTube video. Friends. So yeah, I'm supposed to what's it called? Tell y'all to go watch it. So friends, if you haven't seen my new YouTube video, let me put this one in here. Hold on. I need to add a slide, Google Slides. I need to, from my computer so that we can talk about it. Videos. What's it called? It's called, I think. No. String, isn't it? Isn't it? Where did I put it? What's it called? Oh, maybe it's called this. Doggone it. There's always got to be a moment like this every single time I do something. And I don't know where that went. I was going to show you all the thumbnail. I guess I can share the screen. Let's do that. Hold on. ADHD. So share screen. Present. Share screen. Share screen. No, I don't want to record it. I don't want to record it. I want to share this. Share. Am I sharing it? I hope I'm sharing it. You can still hear me. That this is the video right here. That's my brand new video. Quilt in a day. You're going to go the opposite way. Look at this. Making quilts takes time. Look at that. And I don't have a lot of that to spare. So when I partnered with Spoonflower to make a quilt for them, Look at that. Okay, that's enough sharing. How do I unshare now? I'm so proud that my my video editor did such a great job. It was longer than I wanted, but I told her to make it 10 minutes because that's what I wanted. But there was no way. Oh, thank you. There was no way that I could have made it 10 minutes. And it's exceptional. Like the flow of it is great. She did really a stellar job. I'm really proud and I'm really excited also that I found like a great video editor. Her name's Hannah. So if she sees this, say hi, Hannah. Everyone say hi, Hannah, in the comments. So now I need to stop share. But it's a really good video. And it is the quilt I showed y'all last week, which is, where is it? Up here. I'll show y'all again. Oh. This one right here. I did it in partnership with Spoonflower. And these are all fabrics. I curated a bundle of 20 fabrics with Spoonflower. And I had like 6 hours. That's all I had to make a quilt. And I knew I needed to make a quilt, one, because I was contractually obligated, but I love making quilts. But now that I have a shop and this is my full-time gig, I don't have a lot of spare time. So I figured out a way to do this and make it cute and dynamic in a way that I could only do it in the 6 hours. And then I eliminated as much of the thinking as possible just to make it a streamlined process. And so that's what this tutorial is. It's showing that process and how I created it and the things that I eliminated and how I streamlined it. And then, oh, Annie, I watched that video last night and I'm inspired to make that quilt. Love the fabrics you choose. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you watched the video. I love it. I love the video. It's so different not editing the video and then seeing it. It's like I'm watching someone else. So it's very surreal experience. But 2 things on that. Someone did comment that getting the 20 fat quarters was a lot. It was like 150 bucks. I get it. That's a lot for a fat quarter bundle to make a quilt. But then you get a quilt for like 150 bucks. But I did not design the fabric. I pulled from other designers over on Spoonflower. And one thing that I did, they have this what's it called? It's a fill a yard situation over on Spoonflower. And you can go to the collection that I curated. I think I linked it in the description. If not this video, that video. And then I took a yard and I was able to get 7 12-inch by 18-inch rectangles of unique fabrics. So it took 3 of those yards, each one having 7 of the fabrics on it. So one would have extra. And each one of those was $16 with the discount. So I was able to get all 20 of the fabrics on their filler yards for less than $50. So that's an option. That's an option. If you wanted these actual fabrics and you didn't want to get the actual fat quarters, you can use the filler yard option and it's a lot more economical. I do that a lot. Lynn, Spoonflower is overwhelming for me. I get that too. One thing I do love is curating bundles. And that's good because I have a fabric shop, but that's also probably why they like to collaborate with me repeatedly. And I curated this bundle of 20 fabrics to make it easy because it's really a lot to search through a bunch of designs. I get decision paralysis a lot. If there's too many options for me, I would rather retreat and run away than like try and make a choice. But when it comes to fabric, I can do it. And so definitely check out the curated bundles. Check out any that I have. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Pascal. I love you and your channel. I watch everything from you. Big kiss from Europe. Yeah, Len, stick with me. I narrowed your options. I picked these 20 and they're gorgeous. I'm like, look, they're gorgeous. These are all my favorite colors. So let me put this to the side. And I think I showed you all that, but I had enough extra with what I got to where I also made like a pillow form that I need to finish. But it's a great place. So yeah, even though I have a fabric shop, I have no problem sending people to Spoonflower. Eventually I'll get an affiliate link. I don't have it yet because one, they're inclusive and they've always treated me right. And even when I was at my worst, they stood by my side and like helped lift me up, like literally. So absolutely. So I would love to try a string quilt with Tim Holtz fabrics. I support that. Could you imagine that with his abandoned line? But let's get into Tim Holtz while we're at it. I actually created something. So how do I add this to the stage? Not that. This one? This. Add the stage. Let's watch. There's no music because I don't want it to get copyright strike. But I wove one of his pink bundles. And with each one of his bundles that I got in the palette program, because I'm getting each color, so I'll have a total of 12, I'm going to weave them similarly. So these are just the pinks. And I'm going to do the red next, and then I have the orange and the yellows coming. And then by the end, I'm going to take the 16 by 16 blocks and turn them into a quilt. So this was the pink one that I did. Ta-da! And I'll show you. This is what these fabrics look like all together. I didn't get to show y'all that. I'm going to share my screen again because I did actually create a mock-up of my new pattern that I'll share with you after. How all of them created that. This is just the picture. So I'll show you. Yeah. They're just so gorgeous. Like the colors and the textures. Let me go share my screen and show you the next thing while we're still on this subject. Ta-da! Patterns. I wrote a new pattern yesterday for this. Let me share my screen. Share screen. There we go. Share. So this is my new pattern. It's my String Me Along pattern. So it's the same exact quilt that I did for Spoonflower, but I wanted to show it with some of the quilt fabric that I have in my shop. So this one right here, the one in the pattern, I used Glaze 1. So you can get a fat quarter bundle of Glaze 1 and make this. The pattern only takes 20 fat quarters. And then this is what it looks like. Oh, I don't want it that big though. This is what it looks like. Why is it so big? Oh well, we're gonna deal with it. With the palette pink and palette red bundles, because each one of the bundles has a total of 10 fabrics in it. So these are the 20 fabrics from that, the pink and the red. And wow, isn't that gorge? I thought it was gorge. I'm really curious. I'm obsessed with Tim Holtz, basically. But that's my new pattern. And it's really a good pattern. I did a really good job. Let me show you what my actual pattern looks like. Okay, so this is the actual string me along pattern that I wanted to make sure that I had like support materials, because not everyone learns from a video. Some people learn from patterns and need that. And I was like, yeah, let me put a pattern up. And Annie, I'll answer your question after I'm done showing this, but look at all the different layouts you can do with string blocks. It's pretty cool, from the traditional to stripes to just the wonky all the way over on the right. See, traditional stripes, you can do chevron. That's just every which way but loose. And then this is the string me along layout, which is all about the random, right? And that's with the glaze one. So any 20 fat quarters, it's very scrap-tastic, scrap-friendly. You don't need to buy a bundle. You can go to probably your stash and pick 20 fat quarters that you can pull here. And these are the things that you'll learn. Streamlined quilting process, chain piecing, batch sewing, layout versatility, precision trimming and seam techniques. That's my string me along pattern. Ta-da! How do I stop sharing? Like, that's my new pattern. I did it. I did a new pattern. I'm really excited. I love actually writing patterns. I love all of the things. I just need to clone myself in order to be able to do all the things that I want to share. Aw, you are so talented. I have learned so much from you. You have so many little tricks. I did the weave in assorted blues. Almost kicked my butt. I didn't give up. Thank you for being you. Yes. When you weave the first time, especially if you're doing a triaxial weave, it's going to break your brain a little bit to figure it out, because where your brain wants to put that third layer is not where it goes. It goes somewhere else. And so that's the biggest mind. What's the right word? Oh, can't say that one. Mind meld. Okay. Y'all know what I was trying to say. Is that. And then Annie C. Matthew, my friend and I were registered for a workshop with you at an LQS, and then the pandemic happened and the workshop was canceled. Will you be offering any workshops again in Oregon? Yes. That's on my list of things for me to consciously put out there. I do have things scheduled, so I'm going to be at Sisters this summer. I'm doing that. I had 4 classes. 3 of them are sold out. I think that there's my tumbling blocks that might have a space or 2. And then I have some gigs that people reached out for me to do. So I am doing in-person classes again, but I also need to schedule my own classes. I love in-person. I know the first thing that I'm going to do consciously are virtual classes. Once I get a handle on everything that I'm trying to do right now logistically, then I'm going to put that out and have a calendar on my website. And then after that, I'm going to start figuring out where I need to teach. I told my assistant actually that I need to figure out what events I need to be at. I don't have any idea because I've never really kept a pulse on it. I just go where people hire me. But I know there are a lot of awesome events out there. I need to know the ones I need to go to. But for me to go, I need to be getting paid because if I'm away from my shop, I'm losing money. So I need to sign up to teach. So this year it's on our radar to look for places I need to be. And then when the time comes, to make sure to apply to teach there. So it can at least be even. So I'm not losing money. It's at least even. So if any of y'all know the events that I need to be at, then can y'all put those in the comments too? Let me know, because I really honestly, I'm always running around like a chicken with their head cut off, to where I don't have a pulse on any of this kind of stuff. And it's definitely something that I want to do. I'm just trying to, I'm a grown-up now. Do I have Catherine? Sophie Keatis. Do you have the replacement for the weaving tool yet? I don't have it out yet. But I did receive my sample. So, I mean, it's a process to put a product out because I want to do it right. That the sample blew me away. Like, I cried. It was so much better than I thought it could ever be. It was exactly how I wanted it. And they're telling me that I will be able to have this out by H&H this year, which is in May, I believe. April, May. When is it? April, May? I don't remember. So, yes, it's coming this year. I promise. And it's amazing. So let's be patient. I needed to make sure to get it right. And so I've been taking my time. I don't want to put out something that isn't the quality that I need it to be, especially with, I mean, who I am. Like, but it's like, as I'm branding myself, I want to make sure that I'm branding myself correctly. And if I put my name on something, it needs to be correct. So I didn't want to rush with this one, especially because it's so important to me and a lot of us that do weave, that I took my time with it. But I promise y'all, wow, you're going to be like, what? Wow. Yeah, it's just a weaving needle, but wow, you're going to, just wait. So thank you for that question. Now I do want to go over some fabric. Fabric. Yes. Where's that video? Is that video there? I don't see it. I don't see the video. I don't see the, where is, present, this, okay. So I have pre-cuts. And so there's like a period of time where I don't know what was going on. Y'all, if you know my mental health struggles from the past. And I didn't remember Rashida Coleman-Hale doing To and Fro. I don't remember it coming out. I think 2022, 2023, probably a little bit of 2021. I don't remember a lot of the collection. So I'm seeing them for the first time. I wasn't able to get yardage, but I got some pre-cuts of this. Like, just look at the palette. The palette itself is gorgeous. Like, I would never think to put those colors together, but they are stunning. From like a dark, deep cocoa into the lavenders, going through the light aquas, teals to dark blue, the rust, the mustard, and then into the light. Like, gorgeous. So I just wanted to share that I have these. And let's look at the actual fabrics. Barbara. The Modern Quilt Group. Quilt Co. starts. Oh, Barbara, you don't know my history. But yeah, QuiltCon is definitely one that I want to be at. And I actually went last year. It's just this year I couldn't go because I didn't teach yet. So I definitely want to make sure to teach. I live in Washington State, Barbara. So look at these. Like, look, I just love like the way she designs Rashida here. Like, look at that. It's super cute. Let's drink some coffee. Does everyone have their coffee? What is your morning beverage? Let me know in the comments. So if y'all don't know what layer cakes are, they're 10-inch squares. So this comes with 40, I believe, or 42 10-inch squares. Have these in my shop. I also have charm packs of this too that are available. Those are all the light ones. Coffee with oat milk. I love it. I have lots of drinks. I have a late afternoon drink, which is, I make it at home, but it's with oat milk. And then I do some like chai concentrate. And then I put a packet of instant coffee in it. So like a little, like a one shot of instant coffee. So it's a dirty chai basically, but I make it at home. That's my late afternoon. So great. These rusts. Oh, nom, nom, nom. Kate, you're a tea granny. I love that. You and my daughter would be friends. She loves her tea. And then these are my colors. These are my colors. Right here. This, I just love the geometric. It's super cool. I could have a whole like range of that print right there. I love dirty chai. Yeah, the first time I had it, I was like, oh, Well, that's a lovely, interesting blend of flavors in my mouth that work well together. Miss Perfect, you drink water. You are Miss Perfect, huh? Yeah, I'm low on the hydration. Ta-da! And yeah, that little textured print is really gorgeous. And now we get into the lights. And then this rich, deep, like mahogany, cocoa. It's exquisite. And that's this one. So if y'all are looking for some awesome fabric that's different palette, kind of retro vibe, still super cool. You want to support a Black designer, especially during Black History Month, then even if you don't get from my shop, Rashida Coleman-Hale is an exceptional one to support. And so I definitely wanted to highlight that. And some graphics are so 1960s, loving them. Absolutely, right? You know what, Annie C? Same. I get stuck in the same colorways. I got stuck in rainbows for a while because it was an easy way to create something vibrant and dynamic, was to do a gradient rainbow. And now this year I'm sticking to different palettes. But even with this one that I made, it's like this is my tried and true color combination. Like if I could have a color combo, these are my favorite colors to put together. It's like navy, like a turquoise teal, mustard, then some kind of gray. And I mean, that in itself is gorge. And if I wanted to like play it up, then I'll put in like a beige or like a sand. And that's the range I could like play in. That's the Matthew version. The rainbow is like who Mr. Domestic was. That's the other version. It's just the rainbows. But that's what I love. Oh, thank y'all. Whoever did that. What color is what? Renee? From my quilt? That's like a teal green. Is that what you're talking about? This? Teal green? Is that what? I'd love to answer. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that one. Ta-da! And then what is the next one that I wanted to share? It is this one. Oh. Tonal stripe. Wow. There's another one that I got. These are 1/8 inch stripes. It's a basic that I have. Renee, those fabrics are not in my shop. They're in Spoonflower though. I curated a bundle at Spoonflower. I do have a lot of teal colored fabrics in my shop, but those specifically were with Spoonflower. But I love this. They're from Riley Blake. And I will always support Riley Blake. The sad thing is that they do more traditional stuff, like a lot of traditional stuff. Oh, let's read this. There are many, many things I truly love about you. Your videos, your beliefs, your values, but most of all, it is your frazzled being. Thank you. Thank you for seeing me. I am a full-blown ADHD crafter. I have doom piles of crafts. My first weave quilt was 56 by 72. Weave was easy. Backing was a monster. Thank you for organized chaos. That's my world, is organized chaos. Like, oh shit. You want to see it? Do y'all want to see it? You want to see it? Oh, I said a bad word. Am I going to get like demonetized or something? I'm going to show you. Okay. This is the real. And then I'll get back into Riley Blake. So, like, look, it looks all like, look, you would think that I'm like organized or whatever. So that's over there. And then that's over there. And then there's that. So, no. I mean, I want to be, but I have my places. Like my fabric shop, that place is organized because I have to be. And I really, That's like if there's one space, I'm sure we all have one space if you're of the neurodivergent crafter experience that we just keep. For those that aren't, don't have ADHD or aren't on the spectrum, maybe you're not like this, but like we have the ability to like tunnel vision and just like see what's in front of us and like just tune out everything else. And even though it looks like it's not organized with our doom piles everywhere, I absolutely know where everything is. Like if someone ever were to come into this place and like clean, I would not know where anything was. I would be frantic. It would be like not cute. And some people don't understand that because they're not that way. I'm not. It got this way. Like I had this space good until my fabric shop got so full that I had to take the bundles out of there. The only thing I could think to do was to remove the bundles and bring the bundles here and then just have fabric bolts over there and cut my yardage. But then that turned this into this. And so I'm just like, I really need to figure it out. And then, are you a Virgo? I'm not, Michael. I'm actually a Taurus. I don't know if we're I know we're stubborn or whatever, headstrong and like persistent or whatever. I just need to basically clean out my drawers and actually use them for stuff instead of them being doom piles in my drawers. I partnered with Arrow Sewing and I am getting a new system that is going to help me get organized. I'm really excited about that. So back to Riley Blake's stripes. So even though they're traditional, I will look for what they have to try. I found some collections that I can carry, but with the traditional lens, they just don't fit with the aesthetic of my shop. But one thing about them, and I'll share this as I'm sharing the fabric, is that when everything happened in 2020, June, right? We all know what happened in June of 2020. There weren't a lot of companies and brands standing up organically and speaking out and trying to make a tangible change and trying to do the right thing. There just weren't. There were so many getting it wrong, especially in sewing and crafting and quilting. And Riley Blake was a company that at every turn in that moment was doing it right. From donating to posting to highlighting specific creators to just truly living the values that they come from, which are different than mine even. You can get to the place of being a good person authentically and trying to help people authentically in different ways. So it's like the values that got us to that place are different. But the fact that she did that Cindy, every single time she did, I was reaching out and thanking her for it because I wasn't seeing it. And she was just a leader in that moment. And I won't forget that. So knowing that about her and her company, even though it's traditional fabrics, I'll always try and see if there's something that I can carry to a line. And these tonal stripes are that, like 1/8 stripes in all these colors, tone on tone. I ordered some new 1/4 inch stripes and then a 1/2 inch black and white stripe. And those are coming. I know they're on their way. And the final one that I'm going to show you, there's a rainbow one. I'm out of it for now, but I ordered 2 bolts of it. So it's on its way. I'll probably, after this, list it to where we can get it. Just know they won't come in time. That's the rainbow. Look at. There we go. Ta-da. Barbara Ann, yes, I do. It's really that simple, huh? Gravitating to decent people. But it's like, for me, I don't know if it's an autism thing or just how I navigate. They have to be authentically decent, not performatively decent. There are a lot of people that perform decency, but at their core, they're not. And they're not. They're ones that would like chastise me and use their text in order to do so, like of that nature. But she was not that. She's authentically she really tries to live the values of being a really good person. And I don't care how you got there. I don't care. If you're an authentically good person, then I want to align with you. And so, yeah, that's what I want to do. I don't do performative decency. I do authentic decency. And I think it's that authenticity, especially authenticity in people like me, people who are neurodivergent, people who are queer, etc., that really triggers other people who are performative in how they present in the world, because they know that we can see them. And so it just really triggers something in them. And that's where a lot of the anger comes from, is being triggered at my authenticity makes them want to like demean me, belittle me. But I know it has nothing to do with me whenever they do that. It has absolutely everything to do with them. And so that's why it doesn't really penetrate or like hurt my feelings or any of that kind of stuff. That I loved that those stripes, they look gorgeous, and the hand on them, so soft. Makes me want to check out their confetti cottons for a solid. I don't have. It's really surprising how off-putting that is to some people. Yeah, Michael, and that's all it is. It's just someone's authenticity. Like, that bothers people because they're performing. And it's like, you don't have to perform. If you don't fit into that box, like per se of being a man, it doesn't mean you have to identify as non-binary. But if you don't fit into that, then don't perform it. Don't pretend to be that. Like, you don't have to. You can just be yourself. You can do the things that you like. It's really that simple. It's just so interesting. But right on, Michael. And then, oh, Joe, please hit that thumbs up button for Matthew. Thank you. Yeah, everyone, don't forget to thumbs up me if you're over on the YouTube, and then like me if you're over on what's the other one? The Facebooks. I'm glad to hear you have armor for inauthentic people. Yeah, I do, Carolyn. Is it armor? Yeah, I think it is armor. I'm not jaded, because I struggled with this one, honestly, and I'm kind of going on a tangent, is how to live authentically and vulnerably while also protecting your peace and setting boundaries. How to do that. And at first, it made me want to put up a wall. I mean, it made me self-isolate, honestly, and put up a wall. And I was like, that's not living vulnerably or authentically. I should be able to live in my authentic space while also maintaining boundaries, right? And so a lot of that has to do with me just making the choices for myself that I need to make in any given situation, and not expecting someone else to behave in a certain way to support and protect me. I have to take care of myself. And frankly, if someone's not in my inner circle, then nothing they say is based on the truth and who I am. It's based on whatever their perception is of a specific aspect of me that more than likely is triggering them in some way. And so I'm like, yeah, that's not about me. You're just projecting something about yourself that you see in me that you don't like. And instead of like dealing with your own stuff, you're taking it out on me. And so, yeah, is that armor? I don't know if that's armor. I do feel, yeah, I guess there's strength. I know it's strength. Oh, I work out too, so. It's funny. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of scary out there, Michael, right? Oh. So that's why I'm one firm on that this is an inclusive space, and I know what that means. And people who know what inclusion means know what it means. And that's it. And if you don't dig that vibe, then this isn't the space for you. And I am who I am. If people don't like me, I don't care. Yeah, if someone doesn't like me, it's not my business. I'm not really. Barbara Ann, Dr. Fabric. Stripes are a design element that can be used to create movement, but it takes over and demands attention. You have to control that. That's the thing. Like, I wanted to weave them all up, but I was like, they would be competing stripes. But if I was doing like, I don't know, like if I were doing this again in fabrics that I carried, I probably would pull a couple of the stripes to use 100%. I think that they would be really, like, to use the whole bundle would be good for English paper piecing though, doing hexies of them. But then I'd want to fussy cut it to where it looked like the stripes were all like going in alignment. Did I just come up with a project for myself? I did. ADHD. So I think we've come to the tail end. I was going to try and do a demo of something, but I didn't have it all done. But just to share this is going to be the demo next week, is all of my Roxanne's glue bastes, because I love glue basting. Yeah, there's a link to my shop in the thing, but let me grab that link and just post it here in the chat for anyone who wants it. Shop. There we go. glue-based on everything. I glue-based my binding. I glue-based, I mean, I have some sew line that I glue-based my hexies. These are all great. But this one is probably the one that I use the most because it has a micro tip. Oh, let me hide card comment. This one right, this is like it's kind of like lip gloss, but it's got glue in it that you can use to get into spaces. And then this one is a dual edge that has a fine tip and then a wide tip, depending on how much glue you need to come out. But this is a temporary glue. If you heat set it with an iron, it's not going to gunk up your needles. Oh, you actually said that. The glue doesn't gum up your needle. No, I always heat set it with my iron. And so it doesn't gum up my needle because I allow it to cool and harden. If you don't do that, then it might. But then also, whenever you do glue-based, you want to make sure that you glue inside of whatever the seam allowance is also, so you're not sewing directly over the glue. So if you used both of those tips by heat setting it, letting it cool, and then making sure to glue inside of the seam allowance and not on the seam, you're good. You're fine. It's not going to gum up your needles. Not at all. I promise. I want you to come to Minnesota and entertain our quilt retreat. Jill, I'm going to be in Minnesota. Am I going to be in Minnesota? I know I'm doing something with it. Is it Michigan or Minnesota? Falls. I know Rita. I don't know. I will go. If people want me to come teach anywhere, I'll do that. But for entertainment, I can't go just to have fun. But I'm willing to travel. I love it. So yeah, I want to get out. My plan, once everything gets good and running, once I get an employee that can manage a lot of like the infrastructure of mixed domestic, and then another one to cut fabric. Once I get employees, then I can go out and do the thing. And like go teach more, go to all the events, like make more content, all of that. I want to do it. If you get a gummy needle, you may be using too much glue. Yeah, you just need an itty bitty amount. Massachusetts, I would absolutely go to Massachusetts. I mean, if y'all pay for my travel and get me there and then pay for me to do something, why wouldn't I go? That's fine. I would love to. Yeah, that's great. If you have a quilt shop, or if you have a guild that you want to have me come and there's a direct flight, especially if it's long distance, I would happily do it. And a lot of times people will partner like with another guild that's close or partner with another shop. And then I'll do like wham bam, do a presentation, do a class, and go do another class. That's what I'm doing. I think it's in Minnesota. It's in April that I'm doing that. But yeah, I will travel because I love this. I'm so glad to see where I am. And for those of you who have been on my journey to see what I went through to get to this place of joy and building something pretty magnificent built on inclusion, like I'm doing it. And it feels really good to see it become successful and to see it thrive and the support that I get and all of that. So thank you all so much for hanging with me. Until next time, I will see you on the interweb, and make sure to come here next week on Saturdays, every Saturday, 8 a.m. Pacific time. If you haven't seen my new YouTube video on the string block quilt that I made with Spoonflower, do that. Make sure to check out all the notions, fabric, etc. in my shop. My new pattern is out. It's called String Me Along because that's funny. And thank you all for being a part of my journey and supporting this small business, trying to do things the right way. All right. Love you, mean it.